How are you?
Hello, sir. Really great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you
Apologize,
too.
I'm on a cell phone. You bet. Hope the
That's,
connection's good.
you sound great.
Gonna sound up. Thank you. I'm gonna sign up for boundaries.me soon. Looking forward to it. In the meantime, I think I messed something up, but I think there's something that I messed up with a relationship, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fix somebody else. I'm trying to get some fixing for me. So I wonder if you could give me some good advice and guidance in this area.
All right.
So basically, met a lady at church a couple years ago. We're in the same small group for special needs families. We're both single. She was seeing somebody but stopped, and then
Wait a
a few
minute.
months
Wait a minute.
ago,
You're in a small
asked,
group for
asked her
special
out.
needs families. So both of you have kids?
Yes, yes, both, yes.
Okay.
And
And how old
and
are your
so
kids?
teenagers. She just had one that turned 18, one that's 14, and then I've got one that just turned 17.
Okay.
And
All right. So both of y'all are on the latter end of that.
sir, I'm sorry.
I said you're not just starting out with little kids. You're kind of in the teen and later years. So go ahead. I just wanted to understand your family constellation.
Right. So we, as a group, do things together, and I thought I knew her pretty well, and was interested, got attracted to her, interested in dating her. Checked with one of the pastors, and they said, "Yeah, it's 3 rules: make sure you're using wisdom, make sure you're using good discernment. As long as she's comfortable, that's fine." So basically, we went on a date, and we spent a lot of time together, just doing stuff, not officially dates, but and I fell pretty hard for her pretty quick. I think that was a mistake, and I do still highly adore her, and she's got a lot of wonderful things about her. But I think I didn't recognize in myself a strong sense of vulnerability, a strong sense of needing or wanting to be in a relationship, and
You're talking about
so
a strong
basically,
sense of vulnerability in you or in her?
in me.
In you.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think I really saw that, and so I fell for her pretty hard, and she does have a lot of great, amazing, wonderful things about her, but she has some soul ties from the past she hasn't broken, and so I know that those are there. Her heart's not going to be open to having a relationship with somebody else, and so
Okay.
we're still friends. We still do friend stuff
Okay.
together.
You're gonna
Go
have
ahead.
to unpack. You're gonna have to unpack that for me, because I hear people use that phrase, and
Yes.
different people do some stuff with that uh, let's just say gets kind of sometimes way out there goofy. So I need to understand, when you're saying she's not available for a relationship, is that what you're saying? She's not available emotionally for a relationship because she's still what? A soul tie. What do you mean? I mean, I'm very familiar with the term, but I want you to tell me what
Yes.
you mean by it.
You bet. Glad to. So she was in a 4-year relationship, and they were fiancés, and they broke up in 2019.
Okay.
And it was just good because the guy had a bunch of problems, addictions and things, and couldn't keep a job and all that, and was abusive to her. So it's healthy for her to be out of that. But they still have regular conversations. And she has said she doesn't have him in her life anymore, but they do converse, and so they do talk a lot about things from the past. She's got the father of one of her kids, the youngest kid. She stays in contact with him a lot, and she basically feels that that was her true love, and so she's really in touch with him a lot, and
Okay.
beyond just
So
normal
by soul
parenting
tie,
things.
you mean her heart is still invested in him. That's what you mean.
Yeah. I think it's still tied up. So
okay, so she's
which
still in
as a
love with
friend,
this other guy. You fell for her, and now, so where does that bring us today? What is the question?
well, I want to handle this in the way that's most appropriate and God honoring for her, me, and actually the other guys. So I feel like God basically says, just be a good friend, and when she's open to things that are healthy for her, suggest it. Don't push it, but suggest it. Things like listening to Dr. Cloud, guys like Jimmy Evans, Dr. Townsend, and actually signing up for things like Boundaries.me, because the other guys in her life really aren't godly guys. They're literally not.
So your decision is you're going to be a friend to her and not want or ask for anything else, would just be a good friend to her like you would be to any other woman friend. Is that right?
Sort of. I'm kind of lying to myself in a way if I say it's just that, because I do in the heart of me, I would love it if she would just bat her little eyebrows at me or bat her little eyelashes at me and say, "Oh, you're just the man for me. You sweep me off my feet, and boy, that's it. You're
if
my
she
guy."
would,
So
she would all of a sudden
that's the hard
decide
part of
that
me.
you're the one.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lie and say, no, I'm just going to be Captain Platonic. No, there's a part of me that's like, wow, it'd be so great if she would just fall in love with me. But so that's my struggle there. That's not her struggle. That's my struggle that I need to work on.
Right. So what's the question?
Question is basically twofold. Any suggestions you have on being that friend who can actually show her the good, healthy ways that you guys promote? And second question is, how can I basically appropriately steward my feelings so that I don't have a secret agenda of wanting to be, pretending to be her Christian friend, but actually having a secret ulterior motive of saying,
let's be honest about it. Okay. There's nothing bad about it. I just want you to look. I remember a guy told me one time when I was a kid, he goes, "Boy," this is back in Mississippi, he says, "Look, you can get away with lying to other people out there, but if you're lying to that guy you see in the mirror, you are in trouble."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't exactly understand it when he said it, but here's what we're talking about. Let's be honest with you, because we're talking about you and your life here, right?
Right.
So when you say have a secret agenda, it's not secret to you, right?
Right.
That's what I want you to see first. That's why I want you to look in the mirror and be really, really clear about, okay, why am I investing in this relationship? All right. Now, it sounds like you have a real desire to, if you were not attracted to her, if you didn't want her, you also have a real desire for what's best for her. And you want to be a good influence in her life. Well, like we try to be in hopefully everybody we meet, right? Some we pour more into than others, but you would do that regardless to some extent. The question is,
yes,
you wouldn't do it to this extent because you've also got this other desire, and that is if she's around you enough and y'all have enough time and whatever, and she's going to see the light, right, and go, he was right here in front of me the whole time, like a good Hallmark movie, and you guys, she's gonna. It is Christmas time, right? And she's gonna like wake up and see you. So that's what we're really talking about, right?
Absolutely nailed it.
Okay, so as I see it, here's the question. Are you hoping for that or are you wishing for that? In other words, is there any real objective reason why she might wake up one day and go, wow, you're the one, right? Or I never read the book there, but there was a great title of a book out there a number of years ago for women. He's just not that into you, right? And it was trying to get them, and we when we were single, we all had these relationships. You like somebody, they're just not into us. And so basically what I want for you is I don't want you wasting your time, on somebody that's just for whatever reason, there's great women that you don't really have a desire for, and there's, some you do like her, and there's you know, you may be one of those great guys that you just don't, maybe you're not dysfunctional enough given her past. I don't know. But she might not be that into you. So what I want you, no, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about that.
No, I
Some
get it.
people,
I'm laughing because
yeah,
I'm in agreement. Yeah, I'm in agreement.
yeah,
She does call me quite a bit to ask if I'll come over and be glad to have dinner with her. We can do stuff
yeah.
together, spend the day together, all that stuff.
And
We have
and
had
as
talk
long,
about
look,
intimacy. We're going to keep each other pure in that way. Um,
well,
but she's,
but here's the deal.
this is,
You've got to come to
yes,
grips with asking yourself, am I wasting my time with this other wish that I have? And do I need to grieve that or get on down the line? Or how long am, if I do have this wish and I got this agenda and I'm going to woo her over with being this available great friend, which may work, it has worked before. How
yeah,
much time are you willing to invest in that? Because your life is going by at the same time. So maybe you put a calendar date on it. But I just don't
right.
want you to see, I don't want to see you for no good reason pining for, a year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever this is. And the other thing I would do is I'd be dating my head off if I were you. I'm
Okay.
serious because
No, I agree with you.
for a number of reasons,
Yeah. I was
it's
just
going to
listening
give.
to I was just listening to some of your earlier messages from like episode 8, 9, and 10, where you talked a lot about dating and dating a lot and dating
Yeah,
not for the purpose of marriage. So yeah,
right, right. So if you go to boundaries.me, there's a event on there. I'm going to have a full online event later on this year, but there's a big lesson on it there in boundaries.me. But I say that for a number of reasons. One is she's going to have less power in your life. Okay, if you're out there and meeting a lot of other people and this, that, and the other, and you find out, wow, she's not the only fish in the sea, and you're finding other things that you like and this, that, and the other. And also, she's going to call you, one day and go, hey, we want to come over for dinner, and we'll talk about life. You go, I can't, I got plans. And all of a sudden, she's going to go, what? And so sometimes that jars somebody out of this comfort teddy bear thing they got going on, where she doesn't have to decide, doesn't have to let go of, bad boy on the other side. Who knows? But I don't want you
yeah,
stuck. I don't want you stuck pining. I want you to have a life. And if she comes around, great. But I want you to have also a clock on that.
yeah. It has occurred to me I would like to see some of the movement on her end towards uh, tuning into some of the stuff, or more and more of the stuff that'll help her deal with these issues. Uh, Maybe,
Right.
you know,
But
like I said earlier,
look
you and a
now,
few others. But yeah,
see, that's great. I want her to do that too. That's why we do this program. But here's the deal. I want you to put that on your list of negatives about her too. See, when you give her all this power that she's wonderful and this, that, and the other, there's a pros and cons list to her. Okay.
yes,
If you looked at her and compared her with the 80 billion gazillion other women out there, there's some things on the negative list. She's unavailable. She doesn't care. You've tried. She said no. She's not interested in growth as much as you are. You wouldn't be going down the same path in that. See, her stock is coming down a little bit. And
yes,
I want you to see that. I want you to see that.
yes,
She's not, everything here. But sometimes when you don't have somebody, they start to look that way. Okay, got to give some other calls. I appreciate your call. It's a great question. It's one that I think a lot of people can relate to. So thank you.
thank you, sir. You bet.
All right, call us back. Everybody loves a good Hallmark movie. We want to hear how this wins, or how this ends. And I hope you win in the end. And probably what could happen is while you're looking at her and pining, then this other woman comes in, and you walk into this store, and she walks out from the back room, and she says, "Can I help you?" And you look at her and you go, "Yes, yes." And you notice her and you go, "But I've not seen you here." "Oh yeah, I'm from New York, and this is my aunt's store, and my uncle just died, and I just came to help out for a while. But I sell, I sell real estate in Manhattan, and I'm just here. What's your name? Well, I'm Joey, and hi, Joey. And so then, she's walking back to get you what you want, and she slips and she hurts her ankle. And you go, oh, let me help you. Let me help you. Here, come on. No, it's nothing. Oh, yes, it is. And you put her in your car and you drive her to the hospital, and it gets all wrapped up, and you take her home to say, she says, thank you. I'd like to repay you. Can I make you dinner or something? And you go over to dinner, and then her little girl or her little niece or something runs up and falls in love with you. And she thinks, oh, what a wonderful dad he would be. And all of a sudden, then she gets the text. She's got to go back to New York and sell some real estate. But what's she going to do? Now she's got you. See, it could end that way. That's all I'm saying. All right. Some of you just figured out I live with 3 women, my wife and 2 daughters. I've seen a few Hallmark movies. All right. Well, that's all I'm saying.